no matter what the
Absolutely not.
weather is, So
True.
anyway, yes. Joining us on the line for a Roadrunner moment here is Santan Charter head football coach Kerry Taylor. Number one versus number two last night. They headed over to Santa Cruz Valley, and that's quite a first game for a new coaching staff. Coach Taylor, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well this morning. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Welcome, and love that you were able to join us, and we appreciate that. Give us a little recap of last night. How'd it go?
Oh man, it was a rough night, to be honest. I thought the boys were ready to play. We came out a little flat, unfortunately, and it was a kind of tough early on. We had some big plays get called back early, and it's had some things kind of not fall in our favor. And then, Santa Cruz had an outstanding game plan, did a great job. Those guys played a great game, and to give them credit where credit is due. We just never really fully got a chance to capitalize off of, some of the opportunities that we had. And, it's going to be a great learning moment for our boys to, see the film on Monday and make some improvements, make some changes, and get better and get ready for week 2.
We're visiting here with head coach Kerry Taylor of the Santan Charter Roadrunners. Coach Taylor, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Tell us a little bit about what Santa Cruz Valley did well. Obviously, Coach Richard Davis has those guys rolling down there. They were in a lower division even just a couple of years ago, and they've moved up, and they're still having success.
Yeah, when it comes to their ball club, obviously they want to run the football. They run it very well. They don't do a lot offensively, but they're very good at what they do. And you got to give them credit for that. When it comes to us, we've got to do a better job of, being gap responsible on defense, and making sure everyone is doing their responsibility. We got to make plays when we have the opportunity to make plays. When we did it right, we had a lot of success. We were hitting in the backfield and, getting tackles for losses. But, obviously when you play a team like that, if you, miss a gap assignment or make an error, they can hurt you. And, that's what they did last night. We gave up too many big plays on defense. And, offensively, we moved the ball well at times. But then, we just a little mistake here or there, and it hurt us, And when you play against the number one team in the conference, you can't make mistakes. You got to do everything well and control the things that you can control. And that's where we got to get better at going into week 2.
Coach, I want to ask you. So, when we met you in person, it was a couple of months back. I actually had an opportunity to. We did something a little different in June. I think it was June, and we announced. We did a radio broadcast of your graduation over there. So I had a chance to sit down with you, with your basketball coach, administration, some other teachers. It was a lot of fun. Really had a great time, and the kids were so excited, that you were coming over. You had spent some time at coaching at Arcadia, and obviously you played your college ball here locally, and you brought with you quite the resume. And what's it been like? What's the difference been like from going, from a school, in a bigger conference, or I should say a bigger school like Arcadia, going to Santan Charter and in the program itself, the academics? What's the transition been like for you?
It's been a great transition. I love where I'm at Santan. We have a great young foundation that we're building over there. And, a lot of great young players. I mean, we started 4 or 5 freshmen last night.
Wow.
Welcome to AIA, welcome to 2A football. And, we did a lot of things well, like I said. Obviously, we were, not in the best physical position at times with some younger guys, but, they stuck their face in there and, they gave it what they got. So we have a great youth to build around at Santan. And, right now we got to really lean on these seniors, the guys that have been at the school for a long period of time and have played a lot of football. Obviously last night was their first AIA game. And, I think everyone's eyes were open to, how different of a conference it is compared to the CAA. So, we see what we got to do better. We know that, there's a lot of work to be done, but we're very excited. We're very excited because we have a lot of talent. Last night's game was not a reflection of the type of ball club that we are. We're excited for the next opportunity. I kind of think that a little adversity early on is good for our program. And being such a small school compared to, being at a bigger school like Arcadia the last couple of years, our teams are a lot tighter here. Everyone knows everybody. Everyone knows who the football players are in the school, or the basketball players, and stuff like that. So it's a tight-knit group, and that's what I'm excited about is seeing how we respond moving forward in these upcoming weeks.
Coach Taylor, what do you think? How do you think it's been a little bit different this season? Obviously, we had an abbreviated preseason or an abbreviated fall camp, and not a whole lot of contact for the kids before that first game. Obviously, you played football. Me and Vince played football as well. You know that you got to kind of go out there and loosen up a little bit and get that thud going a little bit before the live football begins. How much do you think that difference this year has made in some of these opening football games?
Yeah, obviously it's not going to be as sharp as you want it. I do feel like we've had enough time to prepare. We were, physically ready. I thought we were mentally ready going into the ball game. It just comes down to, I think kind of the biggest thing from last night is having a new team with a new coaching staff. That was our first time really being able to coach these guys in a game. Obviously not having passing leagues, no competitions over the summer. You can only do so much in practice, and you kind of find out Friday night, under the bright lights, which players are really going to step up and, which players can you count on. And I think from our, coaching staff perspective, we learned a lot about our players last night, just trying to figure out, who our leaders are going to be, what players are capable of fighting through adversity, who can we lean on in tough times. So I definitely think, any program out there that has a new coaching staff for the first time, those are the things that we have to figure out early on in the season, compared to a staff that's been there that knows the kids in those game time situations. So it's definitely a great learning experience for our coaching staff, for our players, and then really, understanding, the culture of what we're trying to build and the expectations of the play that we expect to have on the field.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Coach Kerry Taylor, Santan Charter, they will be opening up. You got another tough one coming this week, Coach. The Wildcats of Morenci, your home opener this coming Friday night, October 9th. And then you've got Globe, Holbrook, Arete Prep, Miami, and St. John's. Wow. What a schedule. James, what a schedule. Coach Kerry Taylor, thanks so much for joining us.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate you coming on here, and we appreciate everything you're doing out there at Santan Charter with those Roadrunners, and we'll be following you guys throughout the season. Vince, it's been another great show, and don't forget,